What are the most common lower back injuries in weight training? So, if you start looking through our medical literature about lower back injuries in strength training, you'll see that muscle strains and disc pathology pop up as the two most common injuries. Okay. I'm taking a lot of this from a study by Fairs et al. In 2020, and they were looking at adolescent slash young adults in weight training. And these were people that just do recreational weight training and fitness. It wasn't strongman, it wasn't Olympic weightlifting, it wasn't CrossFit. It was just basically folks that like to go to the gym and work out, right? And they were looking at 93 patients that had lower back pain. And the results are pretty interesting. They were saying that strains, as well as disc bulge and herniations, were the most common injuries. And the way they were trying to differentiate between a strain and a disc bulge was whether or not someone had radiating pain. Now, if someone has radiating pain, it doesn't mean for sure that you have a disc bulge or herniation, right? And you can also have disc pain without radiating issues as well. So this isn't necessarily 100% true, but I was surprised by the results. They were saying that about 54% of folks that got hurt in the gym had radiating pain. All right. So they classify these folks as disc pain, disc bulge, disc herniation patients, right? And 44% of folks had strain injuries. So that'd be more non-specific pain, more localized pain in the low back, right? So they said this is maybe a muscular strain issue, which it could potentially be, right? Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention are some of the anecdotes and theories that are in the medical literature, as well as things that I tend to see, right? So you can have spondy-based injuries, right? So this could be a spondylolysis, spondylolisthesis. So having some sort of fracture or some sort of slippage of one vertebrae on another, right? And I have certainly seen some of my friends who have gone down into a squat, tried to come out of the hole, and they couldn't, felt a shift or a pop. Afterwards, they had to lay on the lifting platform for an hour because things were so painful. They go get some imaging, and yes, they have a fresh spondylolisthesis with a fracture. Okay. So it does happen. If you look at Stu McGill's original research on pig spine, they took a pig spine and they compressed it. They took another pig spine and they compressed it and flexed it. So they rounded the spine with compression. And what they found is that when they did both of those situations, they created spondy injuries, they created disc injuries, and they also created vertebral end plate fractures. Okay. The group that did flexion with compression had more vertebral end plate fractures as well as disc injuries. So that's one of the major reasons why this idea of squatting with a neutral spine, deadlift with a neutral spine is very important, just because we believe if we combine flexion with compression, it can lead to more vertebral end plate fractures and more disc pathology. I am opening up a can of worms by saying this, but I just want to let you guys know that's probably the major reason, or one of the major reasons, why we believe squatting with a flexed spine can lead to more problems over the course of time. All right.